got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Transformation freedom and they're the most heaven. Let's hit the gym and get fit, get fit. Well, hello, it's Tina with the Enriched by Tina, here to help you get your whole life together, mind, body, and soul. And so I thought I'd start out with my little quote here. Good morning, Keisha. So good to see you. A mindset change is changing the way you see and interact with the world around you. So I thought I would start with that. Good morning, Mother McKnight. Like, if we change our mindset of how we see things and the world around us, and we're in our second week of better choices, we focusing on faith and wellness, and making some better choices, and how we're doing that in real time. And so we're coming with First Corinthians 10 and third verse, verse 31. So let me read that. You know, I like to start in the children's Bible. And so if you have not already, I don't talk about this every day, but I got to remember my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get up to 100 followers. So if you share this, tell a friend of a friend to go over there so I could change my name and do some other things and start. I'm trying to get to 100. My goal is 1,000. So I'm gonna start doing some cooking videos when I go live and do cooking stuff. That's coming up. I'm gonna start doing that. Just doing some cooking tips and giving you some things to do, to help get your life together, nutritional wise. We have to make sure we're fueling the body with the right stuff. Um, so here we are. I'm trying to think. It looks like is if am I in every place? I'm not for sure. Um, I was gonna go live on Instagram and the ticket to talk, because I said I'm gonna add two more devices. I should have did a test run because baby, I don't know what was happening, but something was happening. So I said, well, you know what? Let me go here. Good morning, Mother Loretta. So good to see you. So I like to be in that children's Bible. So let's see what First Corinthians verse 31 says. Chapter 10, verse 31 says, so if you eat or if you drink or if you do anything, do everything for the glory of God. Well, I got to go over there and see what Gen Z. I want to say in the King James version, this might be take no thought. Good morning, Teresa. Um, of what you're gonna eat or something. So let me go back over to the King James version before I go to Gen Z. Okay, it says whatever you therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever you do it all in the glory of God. And so our topic this morning is glorifying God in your everyday choices. So we got faith and wellness and things that we want to do. We want to glorify God in everything that we do. And so we have to start thinking about, what we eat. Last night we talked about some of the things that we want to, we believe in God for. And one of the ladies said, rest. Like, believe it or not, rest it's honorable, y'all. And that's something that I myself. Oh, I was like, what is that standing behind me? Look, this was my stand that I was gonna have. At some point, I'm gonna play around with it probably tonight. I'm gonna play around with it and try to see if I can get another device and work on going live on another platform too. But anyway, so when we start thinking about our rest and our eat and all these things have to be in alignment. I know that some of us we talked about like weight loss being a journey, and it is. And it's been my journey for the last 6 years. Um and sometimes you make a better choice and sometimes you don't. So um let me see who I got with me this morning. If you need to make some better choices in what you're eating, like is that an issue for anybody that's on this morning? Like put a one in the chat, like, yeah, I need to make some better choices. um because I'm trying to see something. And so one of the things that I do want to do is, start, cooking some recipes and doing some things to help with some better choices in that area. And I just want to see who would be interested in, following along with me um, as we make small changes to our eating habits. Then we can see some of those big results. But it starts with you making a decision, with you making your mind up. Okay, okay. So I see I got a few people say, "Oh yeah, that's me." Oh yeah, okay. The Bible said where there's two or three, hey, be in the midst. Okay, so I'm going to start doing some of that, and so I see who's interested in that, and I'll ask the question again as some people are as some people get on, some people get on towards the end. But making those good choices and those, we have to prepare. And so one of the things that I did last night, because we're part of the sister stuff and we know what today is. So it's fasting Friday. And so we done changed the game up a little bit. So I had to, make a conscious decision of what so I can be successful. Um, because last week, they changed the game on us and we weren't doing any carbs. Because you can go somewhere and pick up a potato. You ain't really got to think much. You can just go somewhere and go to the drive-thru, get you some French fries, you could get some really, really quick. Um, you could do a lot of things that's not with meat, right? But when we start thinking and making choices about what we put in our body and how we prepare ourselves, and if we're going to glorify God in our everyday choices and in our eating habits, um, my first point I want to make: every action is a spiritual opportunity, whether we know it or not. Good morning, Rosalind. We're talking about making better choices, and one of the questions I asked, and to put a one in the chat, if you looking to make better choices in your eating habit. Um, I'm gonna go live and do some, cooking things and some tips and things, and do some stuff via Zoom and to help people make some better choices in this eating habit. Because one, um, it helps me make a better choice, and so it's a few of us that said we were gonna get together and meal prep. And so I'm just trying to figure out who all's interested in that. We can get a recipe, and you go pick up your stuff, I go pick up my stuff, and then we make it together in real time. And then by the end, we can have three or four, go-to staple meals. And so last night, I had these bell peppers and they was about to go bad. And I was like, I had a salad. I forgot I did a grocery order, right? Because I decided I didn't want to go in the grocery store. And so I said, well, let me just put in a grocery order. Because if I don't go when I leave home, when I'm out and I come back in, baby, if I pass the threshold of my door, 9 times out of 10, I'm not coming back out for the evening. I guess call me old, call me, it's like once I get home, I'm not coming back out. Okay, I see you. I see you. And so, um, I didn't go to the grocery store. Good morning, Lisa. So I was like, you know what? I have this Walmart, you know, app. I had got it for ministry, and you know, thank God, not too many people's needing anything. But I said, you know what? I could just do this Walmart order because if I go in Walmart, they got the clearance rack. You know how they do. Stuff is $1. Then I'm in there buying stuff. I already need to get rid of clothes right now. But if it's $1, you know I'm going in there and I'm gonna get 10 and 20 of them, right? I'm gonna spend $20 and buy it. So I forgot I had to order this salad and all this other stuff. About to have food in here that I'm about to have to throw away because I'll say, "Bro, Black, you wanna go out to eat? You wanna go out to eat?" And right now, going out to eat is not a priority in my journey. Because if I'm going to do the things that I need to do in this journey of eating and eating properly, and and I have to make this choice every day. Am I gonna cook at home? Am I gonna go out to eat? And so last night I said, you know what? I had somewhat of a challenge last Friday because I didn't have anything in here that was conducive to what we were doing. So it was a somewhat a struggle. Not that I was just like, oh God, what am I eat? But you know, I just wasn't prepared to do the fruits and vegetables. So last night I cooked some fruits and vegetables, and I have these wraps. They're egg white wraps, and so I'm trying to come off of the bread. And so, good morning, Dr. Lejeune. And so I'm like, you know what? Get in your head. If you prepare, be prepared. You already know what you're gonna eat. You already know, I prepared my water because uh I read somewhere that if you drink lemon and cucumber, it'll help, help you. It's like a natural diuretic and it'll help pull out the toxins out of your body. And so I said, you know what? I got these cucumbers, I got these lemons. Let me cut this up. Let me get my water. Let me get it refreshed so I can, put it in my cup. Look, yeah, this is my beautiful cup, y'all. That I got. My friend Latrice mom. It's one of her mom's cups, and so um I cherish this thing, and everywhere I go, everybody trying to check me for my cup. Even my daughter, she like waiting on me to leave it at her house. Because I take it everywhere that I go because I like the colors and everything. So um I'm even making a plan to like how I'm gonna get my water in. So get you a cute cup. Like get you something that motivates you and inspire you. And so when I take a sip out of this water, I think about Trisha, you know, and she was a hard worker. She was determined. She wasn't lazy. And so that gives me that motivation. Like when I pick this cup up, it's like, you know what? This is me getting the motivation. Trisha was a hard worker. She was not lazy. So it gives me the inspiration of I'm gonna be like Trisha. I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get my water in. And so this is one of the ways I get my water in. So when we think about every action that we have as a spiritual opportunity to give God glory, to get something going on, then God cares about everything that we do, everything that we say. Good morning, Damien. Everything that we do, whether we get the good meals, whether we get in rest, whether we get the our mindset right, whether we're making some good habits in there. He is concerned about everything that we do, and so we have to start thinking about when we are eating and going out different places, make some better choices. Like I said, I told you Sunday, nightly rose and that banana pudding. And so I said, okay, if I know that I'm going to indulge in something that might be a little bit, you smashing avocados as you speak. Okay, yes, a better choice by any means necessary. And so I'm like, you got all these things in here. I got all the tools. Okay. I can't wait to bust out. I got blessed. Someone heard me talking and I got blessed. Good morning, friend. I got blessed with a smaller air fryer. So I can't wait to bust it open and and start cooking, like pulling out, like some of you all said you use your air fryer every day. Well, I have this big one, like I have a 6-in-1, and it's kind of heavy. And sometimes when I'm cooking, bro, Black is gone. And so now my son is gone. So like me getting somebody to lift this thing up, pull it out, it's just it's a whole production to do it, right? So if it's a whole production to do it and it takes a lot of effort, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna do it. But when I need to do some big things, I will pull out. Yes, we gotta make better choices. And so I've been on this series of better choices. And so this week we're focusing in on lifestyle and wellness and things that leads us into a better lifestyle. And so when we start thinking about this, my second point is wellness is worship. Like how you take care of your body, the body is we say this is a temple. We only get one body, and we have to put good things in this temple. When we start thinking about being a good steward over our body, have you been a good steward over your body? Think about, let's take a minute here. Who has been a good steward over their body? However many years you are. I'm 54 years old. Have I been a good steward over this body? I want you to know, like, was there a time that you was a good steward and now you're not? Or are you now in it, the older you get, are you trying to be a better steward? Or if you like me and went rogue for 2 years, I just went rogue, done whatever I want to do. I have not done right by this body in the last 2 years. Hence, that's why I got some stuff going on. And so I'm trying to reverse and retract. So who else out here that has not been being a good steward over your body? Is that something that you're struggling with right now? Put a 2 in the chat if it's you, that you've been struggling or you're doing better. Okay, tell me what you're doing. Tell me where you are. Okay, the older you get, the better you get. Okay, tell me where you are. Or are you out there a rogue? Who been rogue? That's who I want to talk to too. Like if you've been a rogue like me, like you just been willing nilly, doing whatever you want to do whatever you like. I'm gonna drink some little water here. Okay. So I see you. Okay. So you've been there. So I'm not the only one out here that's just been out here roguing, doing whatever I want to do, eating whatever I want to eat, doing what I want to do. Um, it says, "No, you're not your body." Hold on, let me put Damon's thing up here. Like Damon is a good deacon over here, y'all. He know that word. Okay, the body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you. You have of God, and you are not your own. So you're brought with a price. It says it right here. Now, Damon, you're gonna make me go. I'm gonna have to go over here to the Gen Z. I'm gonna have to check this out in the Gen Z, y'all. Give me a minute, cause what it says of in hold on, come out of that. Verse 31, what we read earlier in the children's Bible says, so like whatever you're munching on, some snacks, or whether you're munching on snacks, chugging a beverage, or making sure or doing any of those things, make sure you're doing it in a way that totally honors God. So that's Corinthians. Okay, so let's see. That was 10. Let me go to Corinthians chapter 6. I just want to see what Gen Z saying over here. I just want to see you doing better. Yes, everything, we have to take God in every aspect of our life, whether we want to or not, whether we think about it or not. It's not just on Sunday morning. It's not just like this. It says it like this in the Gen Z Bible, verses 6. It says it like this. Like, do you not realize that your body is like the temple where the Holy Ghost lives inside of you? Like a gift from God, and you totally don't belong to you, dude or sis. Did you not know that your body is like the temple where the Holy Ghost reside? Okay. And then it says you were paid a major price. so much mad love for God with your body and your spirit, which belongs to Him. Like, we have to know that we were brought with a price, and that everything that we say, and as she said, everything, Mother Monike said it so clear, everything that we do can be spiritually aligned if we seek God's help and put Him first. And we've already been talking about seeking first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness. Everything that we think about, everything that we want will be added unto. We will have no lack if we follow the plan, right? We have to follow the plan. And so number 3 is excellence honors God. Like, we doing things for the glory of God means that you're doing it with a purpose. Like, we start talking about, we're gonna start moving intentionally. So if that's your plan and your goal and you want to move intentionally for God, put a little fire in the chat. Say, because I'm finna be on fire for God. Let me see you put some fire in the chat, because we have to make sure that when we move in God's excellence, move in God's time, we have to do it with love, with a whole heart and everything, right? So I want to leave you with this. Yeah, whatever we do, yeah, we got to do better, mother. I'm telling you, we have to do better in this body. Yeah, I see the fire in the chat, because we're gonna be on fire for Jesus. We're gonna make better choices. We're gonna come in line. Like, we have to ask our body, like, whatever you think in your heart, so are you. And there's a quote that I have that says that if you do something, um, yeah, let me put it up here. The body, build a strong mindset and your body will follow. Like, if once you make up your mind, you're gonna make a good choice and that you're not gonna be doing all this foolishness. Because there was a time, I don't care what you had, I wasn't eating nothing. I see the fire, I see it. That's right. Romans 6:33. It says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things and everything shall be added unto you. Because we already know that Gen Z say that the Lord gonna hook us up, right? I love some of y'all, like, might be like, that Gen Z is a little something, but it just, when I know that God's got my back and He gonna hook me up, like, yo fam, He's got me, He's got my back. You know what? There's no good thing that He will withhold from me. He won't lead me down the right path. And so if I'm building, and I'm walking and I'm glorifying God in my everyday choices, we got to begin to start figuring out, okay, what is it that I can do? And so we've been doing little exercises all week, all month, since last month. I leave you with a life application that says this, pick a daily habit. Like, what is it that you're gonna do better? And I want you to put it in the chat. I'm gonna start making better eating habits. Like, I'm starting to walk, and so we are walking. And I'm looking for some folk over here in Greensboro that want to walk. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, because I gotta do, I got the one day and I get up, I'm hitting and missing in the mornings. And so next week I'm starting, and my friend said, yes, oh, you like the Gen Z dude, Deborah? Yes, that Gen Z baby, it brings it home. And so my friend Teresa, she said it just like this, I'm expecting. So I said, well, I'm adjusting my schedule this week and trying to go to bed early, because rest is one of the things that we have to do. So I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do some virtual stuff. If you want to join me, say so. I can send you a link, and I put it on the TV. Is how we do it. But even if nobody joins me, my friend said, okay, at some point you have to know, okay, sometimes you have to go by yourself. Sometimes in this walk, you have to make a decision and go by yourself. So I want you to put it in the chat, like, what's one thing that you want to work on, whether it's responding right, whether it's asking for help, whether it's exercising, whether it's eating, or like one of my other friends says she needs to rest. what is it that you good morning, Margaret? So good to see you. What is it that you're making a better choice with? Like that you want to make a daily, like pick one daily habit and you're gonna work on it. Okay, so Keisha, let's talk about it. I'll hit you up because I told my friend Teresa she is a disciplined person. I'm striving to get there. But yeah, right now I need somebody. I need to be accountable for somebody. Like if I know I'm waking up at 5 o'clock to help you, I know this don't make any sense, but this just me, how I'm wired. I guess because I'm so much of a servant and I want to help others. So if I'm helping you, but me helping you is helping me, it makes me feel that if somebody is dependent on me, and I got to get to the point that I'm dependent on me. But right now I'm not there. I'm getting there. But if I can have somebody meet me at 5 o'clock, baby, I'll set that alarm at 4 something and I'm up getting in here and I'm ready to log on to whatever it is. And so me getting up and doing this 5:45 push, um um which started out as a 21 day um that started out as a 21 day challenge, ended up being a blessing in um me getting up and starting my day. You say what? Because I was gonna stop after 21, but so many of you all said, why you gonna quit? Like it's really helpful. Is people interested in it? Some people are up anyway. Why not go live? Why not continue this? And so I prayed about it and I'm like, God, my flesh wanted to get back in the bed with the good deacon. I really wanted to go back to bed. And then it's like, Tina, the Lord is trying to build something in you. One, you getting up, you getting in your word, you studying is building a muscle in you for I don't know what God's got ahead of me, but if it is getting me up used to speaking, talking, diving in his word for whatever he's got prepared for me, I don't know. I just doing what he said do. And so I said, you know what? Let me do this. And now that I think about it, I've only had a few days and of me saying, "Oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to move. I mean, many of you didn't know. Like I struggled with getting up and getting out of this house for months, probably a year, probably about a year after Mr. Daniel passed away. I went into what I didn't know was depression, was depressed. And I was a functioning, what they call a high level functioning depressor, depression. I mean, it wasn't a depression where you came out, you didn't talk to people, you didn't know. I was very functionable and I had to realize that I had to go get some help because it was about to take me out. Grief was about to take over. My body was shutting down. My body was doing some things that I didn't know. I didn't know I was depressed. Like, who would have thought bubbly me who pumps was depressed? Like, I just didn't know. And the lady was like, yep, you suffer from some things. And then I had a little PTSD, she said, because there were some things that was going on and I was afraid that if I start doing these things and that that I was going to pass out. So then it's like now, because when you ever experience being up, like y'all, being up and ministering and your body is starting to do its own function in real life while you up ministering in front of a whole congregation, and you having a whole a vertigo, a whole attack on your body where the world the you're spinning, you're going in slow motion, your speech starts to um slur, you having a whole attack while you up in front of people. Only a few people caught it that knew. There are some nurses that's at our church, and so that thing became it start building up anxiety in me that if I get up, am I gonna pass out? Is my voice gonna give out on me? And so I had this whole thing going on. I had stuff going on in my body that I didn't have a clue what was going on. So guess what I had to do? I had to pull back, settle down, ask God to help me, go get some help and say what's going on. And so now I'm building back up to um going live because I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to get in front of people. Why? Because I don't look like I was looking 2 years ago. My face is a little bit more fuller. I had all these different things of what I was doing. So that's why I say we have to make a better choice. We have to make sure that we know what we're going through in life. You never know what somebody's going through. So I said all that. I don't know why I went there, but somebody must have needed to hear it. But sometimes you need that extra push. When you're a pusher, sometimes the pusher need a pusher. And so I see I got one say, hey, she can get up and help me along this way and along this journey. So what choice are you making today? Put it in the chat. What habit you gonna change to get you to be able to glorify God every day in your choices? Put it in the chat. And remember, don't forget to share this out with someone. Somebody else may need to hear this. You never know. Somebody on your page may need to hear it. Then you can just keep sharing the love. Let somebody know we all have our struggles. We all have our things. And so when you put that in the chat, it could be one small way of what you're believing God to do. And then I want you to declare this, that even in the small things, I would glorify God in my life. So just remember to put it in the chat. What's the one thing that you're going to commit to, that you're going to make a better choice in this week and daily, and make it and keep making it a habit. And then we're going to check back in. Like today is the 13th. I know it says, they always say Friday the 13th. Well, the Friday the 13th, that's the day I decided to make a better choice. Okay, I see you, Keisha. Yeah, we got to think about some other things. I'm doing some better. Yeah, I see you. We have to really come to grips. Mine is just happening to be, I need to make better choices in my eating habit so I can do the things that I need to do, so I can be here, so I can do what God has for me and my purpose. And so remember, we're going to worship is wellness. We're making a better choice. We're going to glorify God in everything that we do. And I'll see y'all over there on the nudge. And y'all, I got something for y'all Monday. Don't laugh at me, but there's going to be a method to my madness on Monday. So you want to come back Monday. Monday, you got to see, because I got something. I got something for y'all. All right. So come on back Monday, and y'all take care. And I'll see y'all over on the nudge. Take care.
Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the